Welcome to my algebra class. We're on chapter 7, section 6. We're going to be working with problems that involve percent of change. And I'm going to use the equation method to do this again. We have the percent of change, similar to the last percent word problem setup. The original amount is the same as the whole amount, and then the amount of change. So if a violin changed in price from $800 to $700, what was the percent of decrease? The original amount was $800. We're looking for the percent of decrease. And the change was 800 minus 700 was $100. So that's the part. So X percent times 800 equals 100. Divide by 800. And we get X percent equals 0.125. If you recognize it, that's the fraction 1/8, which we memorized the decimal is 0.125. And then X, to change a decimal to a percent, you move it 2 to the right. So it's 12.5% or 12.5%. Using this method, we're doing our problems on page 317, so head your paper, skip a line, titles 317, written 1 to 21, 318, problems 1 to 10. So we're on number 2 on page 317. We have a record album. The original price was 12, the new price is 15. We want to know the percent of increase. So blank percent of the original amount was 12. And the increase, 15 take away 12, the increase was 3. So X percent times 12 equals 3. Divide both sides by 12 to solve for X. So we get X percent equals 3/12 is 1/4, which we know is 0.25. Move it 2 to the right to get it to the percent, so it's 25%. And that's our percent of increase. Problem number 4, we have a sandwich. The original price is $1.80. The new price is $2.10, and we want to know what percent of increase that was. So we need to take $2.10 and subtract $1.80 from it. And we see that's a 30-cent increase, so put 0.3 here. So we divide both sides by 1.8, and 0.3 divided by 1.8 equals 0.16 repeating. So the percent, we slide it over 2 to the right. We do not leave a repeating decimal as our answer, so it's going to be 16. And we know 6 repeating is 2/3, so 16 2/3%. Remember, if we don't know the conversion of the repeating decimal to the fraction, just do the division the long way and carry it out 2 places. I'll just do one of these once. So you move it over, carry it out 2 places, you get 1. 12 left over, bring down the 0, that's 18 goes in 6. It's 108, and you get a remainder of 12, and you put it over the 18. So that's 16, 4 goes into 12. 6 goes into 12, 2, and 6 goes into 18, 3, and you still get the same answer. Number 6, turn the page, we have a new original price, we have a new price, and we want the percent of increase. So we have blank percent of the original price equals the new price. So we're looking for the percent of increase. The original price was $2.20. The new price was $2.53. So $2.53 minus $2.20 That's an increase of $33. So we're going to divide both sides by 220. So X% equals 33 divided by 220 comes out 0.15. Move it over 2 to get the percent, so that's a 15% increase. Problem number 8. We have $2.80. This is a little kind of different problem, so watch how I do this. We have an increase of 20%, and they want to know the new price. So we could take 20% of $2.80 and add it to $3, add it to the $2.80. There is a quicker way to do it. If we're increasing the amount of the original price, then we're going to pay all of the price. It's 100% plus the 20. So I'm going to use a different percent instead of 20. I'm going to use the total percent of the original amount to get the new price, which is 100% plus the 20% that we're increasing it. So it's going to be 120% of $2.80 is going to give me my final price. So if I take 1.2, changed 120% to a decimal, and times it by 280, I'll get my new price. Which is $3.36. And that's a lot faster than taking 20% of 280, which comes out $0.56, and then adding it to the 280. So I want you to do it this way here. Number 10, we have a saw. We don't know the original price. We have the new price is $22 after a 10% increase. So you can't take 10% of that. That isn't $22. The $22 is all of the original amount plus the 10% increase. So that's 110% of something came out $22. So change 110% to 1.10 or 1.1x equals 22. Divide both sides by 1.1, and we find out that our new price is, our original price was 22 divided by 1.1 equals $20. The original price was $20, which makes sense because the 22 was an increase of 10% of that amount. Problem number 12, again, same situation. We do not know the original price, so the X goes here. We do know that the new price is $566.50, and we're trying to figure out what the original price is. We know this new price is 3% increase of the original, so that's 103%. So we use 1.03x equals 566.5, divide by 1.03, and we get x equals 550 was the original amount, and the 566 was an increase, the total increase added to the original amount. Okay, problem numbers 13 through 21, we're doing decrease. So 14, we have pair of pants, the original price was $36, the new price is $27, and we're trying to find the percent of decrease. So blank percent of the original amount, 36, equals the decrease. So the original price was $36, and now the price is $27, so that's a decrease of $9. So divide both sides by 36, and we get X percent equals, that's 1/4, which is 0.25. Move the decimal over 2 for the percent, so that's a 25% decrease. Problem number 16, we have hiking boots. The original price was $120. The new price is $108. We want to know what percent of decrease that is. So we need to find the decrease. 120 minus 108 is $12. So we're looking for the percent of decrease. Divide both sides by 120. And we get X percent equals 0.1. Move the decimal over 2 to the right for the percent, so that's 10% decrease. Problem number 18, we have the original price, which is $2.20. We have a 15% decrease, and we want the new price. So let's do it in one step. If they're going to take away 15%, you're not paying 100%. So take away 15% from 100, you're going to pay 85%, and that will be your new price. So change 85% to a decimal, 0.85, times it by 2.20. So 2.20 times 0.85. Our new price is going to be $1.87. And that makes sense. It's about a 15% decrease in the 220. Number 20, you have shampoo. You don't know the original price. So that's X. We know the new price is $2.09. And that $2.09 is after a 5% decrease. So we're not paying 100%, we're taking 5% off. So we're actually paying 95%. So our percent, 95% of the original amount will come out $2.09. Change it to a decimal. Divide both sides by 0.95. And our original price was $2.20. Now we have the word problems on 318 starting at the bottom. Problem number 2, again, I'm going to use the standard equation format. Number 2 says the Gold's home was assessed this year at a value of $162,000. Last year, it was assessed at $150,000. What was the percent of increase? So we're looking for the percent. This is a percent of increase, so we want the original amount. That was $150,000 was the original amount. And we want to know the decrease, the increase. So if it went up to 162,000 and it was originally 150, that's a $12,000 increase. So dividing both sides by 150,000, So taking our calculator, $12 divided by 150 is 0.08. So X percent equals 0.08. Change it to a percent, move it 2 to the right, that's 8% increase. Problem number 4. Elena bought some stocks, shares of stocks at $28 per share and sold them at $24.50 per share. What was the percent of her loss? So we're looking for the percent of decrease. So that's X percent. The original amount was $28. She sold them at $24.50, so we need to know what the decrease is. So that's going to be $3.50. And that's the part that goes there. Divide both sides by 28, and we get .125. Move it 2 to the right for the percent, so it's 12.5% was the percent of her loss or decrease. Problem number 6. The number of paid subscriptions to the Wildlife Monthly has declined from 3,340 people to 2,430. What's the percent of decrease? So we're looking for the percent. We know the original amount of people subscribing was 3,340. And now it's at 2,430. So find the decrease. Subtract 2,430. It's a decrease of 910. Divide both sides by 3,340. So we get, I'll slide this over so I don't use the decimal. We get X percent equals 0.27245, etc. And that's a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal, which can't be changed to a fraction, so let's just round it to the nearest let's carry it over 2 places, 27, and rounding it to the nearest hundreds is 27.25%. About 27.25%. And number 8, Number 8, blank percent of the whole equals the part. Emily Ling is a real estate broker who earns 12% commission on each house she sells. She earned a total of $21,600 on the sale of a house. What was the selling price of the house? So she earned a total of $21,600 on the sale of a house. So that's the part. That's her commission. And that was 12% of the cost of the house. So we're looking for the cost of the house. So it'd be 0.12x equals 21,600. Divide by 0.12. So the original cost of the house was $180,000. And problem number 10. The number of students at Westwood High School with a driver's license is now 558. That's 24% more than last year. How many students had a driver's license last year? Well, we're going to do it like we did that second part on the chart problems 318. The current number of students with a driver's license is 558. That's 24% more than last year. So that's all of last year plus 24%. So that's 124%. So we take 1.24x equals 558. Divide by 1.24. And that should give us last year's number of students that had driver's licenses. And that is 450. So number of students last year were 450. That concludes the evens. Be sure you check the answer key in the back for the odd problem answers.